Welcome everybody to Eldora. We are getting ready for Arca and truck racing here tonight. Wednesday night short track racing. So we've got some heat races starting up here. Here is the format that we're going to be using. So the Arca Series, we're going to be running 2 heat races, 30 laps each. Now the top 10 drivers in the points for the Arca Series, they are locked into the main race. So the first heat, there's going to be 5 drivers that advance to the main race. The second heat, there will be 4 drivers that advance. That's a total of 19 drivers. Altogether at Eldora, 29 drivers can compete in a race. So there's 10 more spots open. So then we're going to have a last chance qualifying race later tonight. Top 10 drivers in that race will advance to the main race. The other 10 have to go home, unfortunately. The truck series is basically the same exact way. After these 2 heat races for the Arca Series, we will be running the truck series, and we will go over that in just a little bit. That one is a little bit different than the Arca Series. This is the season finale for the Arca cars. So the 48, Darvish Jr. gets the pole so far. See if anybody else can top him. Now we do have a ticker at the top of the screen. We tried this out in the Arca race at Coca-Cola. Worked out pretty good, but one thing I did not like is that we did not have a lap counter. So I'm going to be trying a makeshift lap counter in this race and see how that works. Hopefully it'll work out pretty well. So only 14 drivers put a lap in on this race. Actually, no, that is 14 drivers. Yep, that's right. So 14 drivers put a lap in on this race. There's 14, now 15. Eric Jacks, he is very slow for his time. I don't know if maybe he spun out and had an issue. There's 15 drivers in this race, and I believe there's 14 in the second race. 29 drivers tonight. 10 of them are already advanced. The top 10 drivers, we don't want to ruin the championship and have some of the top 10 drivers fall out of this race, of the heat races, and not make it to the main. So we'll see how it goes. I think this is going to be a pretty good format. This Friday night, the Arca Series and the Truck Series back in action again, doubleheader. So we are having a lot of racing tonight, the heat races and the last chance qualifying races. But on Friday night, we are having the season finale here for the Arca Series, and then the next points race for the Truck Series, following the Arca Series race on Friday night. That time will still be the 11 p.m. Eastern time that we always start. So we've got the 48 of Darvish Jr. on the pole, the 41 Oz Muhammad second. Third place, the 42, that is Chris. He got his pole in the Coca-Cola race a few days ago, actually last night. Behind him, the 52, Robbie Bannister. Both of those drivers involved in crashes. We've got the 9, that's Jeff Joes. Behind him, the 02, that is Dale Lightning. Behind Dale is that number 3, that is Luke Parks. Behind him is the 81 of Sebastian Ruiz. Then the 28 of Papa Carey. Behind him, the 22, that's Mudkip. Behind him, the 18, Dale Cole Jr. won the race at Coca-Cola last night. Very fast car. He dominated that race. Behind him, we have the 5, then. That is Colton Harmon. Behind Colton, we have the 46 of Shannon Lowe. And then the 88 of Christian Wilson. And the 69 of Eric Jacks. Now, the ticker that's at the top of the screen, it usually is about a lap or a lap and a half behind. So sometimes it might not be exactly right, but it does give you an idea of where your driver is in the field and where other drivers are as well. So, heat race number 1 getting ready to start. 30 laps is the distance. Are we going to see a wild race here at Eldora? We have never raced here, never raced a dirt track in the Allstar Offline Racing Series. And Darvish Jr. gets the first pole. He is going to lead the field to the green. And we are underway here at Eldora, heat race number 1. Darvish got a great start. 2 and 3 wide behind Darwish. 3, almost 4 wide now back here in the back of the field. Oh, Dale Cole almost got into Papa Carey, number 28. Darwish Jr. leads the first lap. Osman Hamid up to second place. Some pretty good racing. Christian Wilson, I think he just hit the back of that 69, the green and black car. They did not crash, though, somehow. Darwish Jr. has a nice size lead already. The number 9, Jeff Joes, he went from 5th to 2nd. Robbie Bannister 3rd. Chris Speltzer 4th. And Chris right all over the back of the 52 of Robbie Bannister's bumper. Robbie almost got into the back of Jeff. Behind them, Dale Cole Jr. He is running in 5th. He has that final transfer position. Shannon Lowe, Mudkip, and many others trying to fight their way back up through the field and catch that 18 car. Laps do go pretty quickly here. It's just a 30-lap race, but these usually can be about 5 or 10 minutes, depending on cautions. Darwish Jr., nice lead. He is holding his own against the rest of the field. Jeff Joes 2nd. That number 9 right behind him. Battle for 3rd behind the number 9. Chris will take 3rd away from Robbie. And Dale Cole back here in 5th. He's got a little bit of a battle with Shannon Lowe. Shannon trying to get past Dale. Dale did win last night at Coca-Cola. Shannon Lowe was right there as well. Oh! The 69 Eric Jackson at the back of the 46. They don't crash. Shannon saves it and still has a ton of momentum, trying to get past the 18 of Dale Cole Jr. for the final transfer position. That stacked up a few cars. Eric Jackson, now Colton Harmon, they're right there, all battling for 5th. The top 4 drivers have pulled away, so right here it is a battle for 5th, and Shannon takes 5th place away from Dale. Here comes the 69 now, Eric Jax. Trying to get into the 6th place position and fight the 46 for 5th. Now 3 wide behind Shannon. Colton Harmon down on the inside line. He is going to try to take both positions away. Here comes the 3 of Luke Parks. Dale had a top 5 position. He had the transfer position. Now he falls back to 8th place. In the meantime, laps are ticking down. Darwish Jr. still the race leader. About halfway through this race. Shannon Lowe pulling away from Luke Parks, who's now in 6th place. Luke going to try to get up to the 46 and pass Shannon. Take the final transfer position away. Meanwhile, Dale Cole still falling back. Had a good car early in this race. And fortunately for him, now he is falling back and he is not in a transfer position. 6th place on back to 14th. They have to go to the last chance qualifier. I'm sorry, 15th place. They all have to go to the last chance race. So you never want to be in that race. You never know what's going to happen in that race either. It's only a 40-lap race. We're seeing how fast 30 laps is going here. No cautions yet. We've been caution-free tonight. Almost had a crash when Shannon just about got turned by the 69 Eric Jax. Meanwhile, Robbie Bannister 2nd. Here comes Chris Speltzer for 2nd place. Battle for 2nd. This is going to allow Darwish to pull away even further from these drivers. Chris got the pole at Coca-Cola last night. Led for the first few laps, was involved in that massive crash, and well, his race was over pretty quick. Remember, this is not a points race. No points awarded. You just have to finish in the top 5. Finish in the top 5, and you advance to the main race, and then you can race for points in the final race for the Arca Series. About a 1.5 second gap between 1st and 2nd. That red 48, Darwish Jr. is the race leader. Started on the pole and has led every lap so far. Closing in on the end of the race. Now battle for second again. Robbie Bannister underneath Chris Spelter for second. The 9 of Jeff Joes is right there as well. He's in fourth. So Robbie Bannister taking second place away. Chris not going to give up though. He's going back down low for the lead. Crossover move. They have been doing this a few laps for, the last few laps with each other. And Darvish Jr. is starting to pull away even further. Was a little less than a second a couple laps ago. Now it's more than a second. Tail end of the field. And you see Dale Cole and Luke Parks fighting for position. But Shannon Lowe right there, the 46, has the final transfer position. Should we have a caution and a restart, then Shannon could be in some trouble. I don't think we're going to, though. I think it's going to go green flag the whole way. Darvish Jr., just a few more laps, and he will win the first heat. One more heat for the Arca Series, and then we switch over to the Truck Series. Still battling for second. You see Dale Cole and Luke, they're still battling for sixth. Now Chris falling back to third, possibly fourth. Here comes the 9 of Jeff Joes. Robbie Bannister up to second. Darvish Jr., they're too far ahead right now for any of these drivers to make a move. About a second and a half now. And 48 Darvish Jr. out of turn number 4. Leading this race, and he is going to get the checkered flag. A very almost uneventful race. Darvish Jr. led the entire race. Shannon Lowe did get the final transfer position. Dale Cole worked his way back up to 6th. But it was not good enough. Actually, no, he fell back to 8th. Luke Parks finished in 6th. Top 5 drivers advance to the main race. Darvish Jr., Robbie Bannister, Jeff Joes, Chris Spelter, and Shannon Lowe. And the other 10 cars that did not finish in the top 5 go to the last chance qualifying race. So what an event. First race, just under 10 minutes long. Of green flag racing, and that was a 30-lap heat. See the standings up top. You can see exactly how far back your driver finished, or right there on the left middle of the screen. So heat race number 1 in the books. Unfortunate for Luke Parks, Eric Jacks, Dale Cole Jr., Dale Lightning, Christian Wilson, Colton Harmon, Papa Carey, Mudkip, Sebastian Ruiz, and Osman Hamid. They will all have to go to the last chance qualifying race. Caution free so far here at Eldora. What is going to happen next? We've got heat number 2 in just a few minutes. Welcome back here at Eldora. Heat race number 2 for the Arca Series. Getting ready to be underway. Here is the list on the left of cars that are in this race. Top 4 drivers in this race now will advance to the main race on Friday night. Should be a lot of fun. First heat race went caution free. Is this one going to be the same, or will this be a little different? With only 4 transfer spots, it could be a pretty wild race. Everyone is trying to get into those top 4 positions. So it looks like the 43 of Harry Johnson might have the pole. Dave Benjamin had the fastest first lap, and he falls down to 10th place. So after this Arca heat, we will have truck heat race number 1. And then we'll go to truck heat race number 2, and then the last chance qualifier for the Arca Series and the Truck Series. So waiting for qualifying to finish up here. Harry Johnson will get the pole. Ethan Lewis starting in second. A lot on the line here. Obviously, we said the top 10 drivers and points are automatically in the main race on Friday. However, there's a lot of drivers from 11th to, I'd say, about 20th that could possibly still win the championship. And if they don't make the race, then they are not going to have a shot, and they're going to lose a lot of points and possibly a lot of positions in the championship. So here we go. So the 43 of Harry Johnson starting out front. Behind him is the 11 of Ethan Lewis. Behind Ethan, the 23 Jordan Fixon, one of the championship contenders. We got the 77 Harrison Johnson. The 98, that's Jeff Light. The 25 is Alex Johnson, subbing for Alvin Jones. The 75 of Andy Rollo, points contender in this race. We got the 55 of Kyle Vickers. The 62 of Justin Lightning. 15 of Dave Benjamin Jr. The 2 NASCAR Legends driver. Behind him, we've got the 32, that's Ashbrit. The 06 of Cooper McCollum. And I believe that's Alex Bruno in last, the number 34 car. Awaiting the cars. There we go. We get the command to start the engines. We will be underway here very soon. So another 30-lap heat race here. Oh, look at the, who's at 98? I think Jeff Light has an issue. He's not up to speed. I wonder if he's... Alright, he might be okay. I think he just... Yeah, it looks like he's alright. Looks like he just got started a little slower than everybody else. No, he's going down to the apron. So the 98 of Jeff Light, already having issues before the race begins. He started up near the front. And he is going to have to come down. I think he might have a tire down. Oh, man, that is not good. So the 43 Harry Johnson gets the green flag. We are underway here at Eldora. Heat race number 2. Jordan Fixon side by side with Ethan Lewis. And at 98, Jeff Light's on pit road. He is going to go at least one lap down, so he is going to have to go to the last chance qualifier. Justin Lightning on the inside line, the 62 there. Right behind 3 wide for the lead. Andy Rollo going to the lead. Harry Johnson almost hit the wall on the outside, that 43 car. Now 4 wide for 4th. These drivers know there's only 4 spots open, and they are racing aggressively very early on. Track position is key. Side by side, the 2 and the 55 battling for the final transfer spot. Here comes the 88. No, that's the 06, my bad. Of Cooper McCollum trying to take 4th place away. Justin Lightning and Andy Rollo out front, side by side for the lead. Justin going to take the lead momentarily. Here comes the 23. That's Jordan Fixon. Top 3 drivers starting to pull away. Cooper McCollum has 4th for now. They're 3 wide for that transfer position further back. 4 wide now. A lot of great racing up near the front. Cooper McCollum all the way up top on the track. And he is actually running on the cushion. He is going to fall back a few positions. Justin Lightning continues to lead. He is pulling away from Jordan Fixon. Andy Rollo third. Fourth, Ash Britt for now, the number 32. Dave Benjamin Jr. and Alex Bruno side by side for fifth. It is a mad dash behind this 32 car. Ash trying to make the main race. Dave Benjamin running in fifth. Jeff Light right now is 2 laps down. I think he's still on pit road. Not sure what's happening there. It does not seem like it's a simple tire change. Unfortunate for that team. Well, there he is actually. He is out on the track. Justin Lightning, the leader, almost hits the 98 of Jeff Light. Justin now underneath of the 98. He is going to pass him. Put him 3 laps down. Here comes Andy Rollo and Jordan Fixon. Andy gained a little bit of time on Justin. And there is not much time left in this race. They're about halfway through the race now. Here comes the 32 of Ash Britt past Jeff Light. Top 4 drivers pulling away from 5th place of Cooper McCollum. There's Dave Benjamin now in 5th, the number 15 car. Does he have enough time to get to the front? There's the 34 of Alex Bruno, the 55 Kyle Vickers. Cooper has fallen back actually even further than 5th place. I think he's in 8th place. No, he's in, 13th place now, is what the ticker says. Dave Benjamin getting past some of these lap cars. Up front, Andy Rollo starting to catch Justin Lightning. Back at the tail end of the field here. They're trying to race and trying to get past as many cars as they can. There's Cooper trying to get past Jeff Light. Racing has settled down for now. Top 4 drivers, they're not really pushing the envelope at all. They're actually about ready, I think, to start lapping cars. See, Andy Rollo took the lead away from Justin Lightning. But right now, the top 4, they're just trying to prove that they are the better driver right now, the better racer. Justin now going back around Andy Rollo for the lead. Here comes Jordan Fixon, the number 23. Number 62, Justin Lightning. He has been so fast tonight. Andy Rollo looking back underneath of Justin for the lead, trying to take the lead away. Top 3 drivers, you could put them under a blanket right now. Jordan Fixon now for second. He's going to try to pass Andy for the lead. He's underneath him. He has a preferred spot. Top line has not been that great tonight. I don't know if it's going to run in later on or if it's going to be the bottom line all night long. Jordan Fixon has the lead. Here comes Justin Lightning again. 3-car battle for the lead. Just a few more laps to go here at Eldora. This is the final heat race. We do have a last chance qualifying race for the Arca Series later, after the truck heats are over. Well, Justin Lightning takes first away. Ash Britt now into the picture. He takes third away from Andy Rollo. Andy falling back. He is in 4th. Alex Bruno trying to reel in that 75. All the racing and the side-by-side battling that these top 4 drivers have done, it's allowed Alex Bruno and Dave Benjamin to catch them. I don't think they have enough time, though. Justin Lightning, though, out front. He has been leading this race. He has been pretty dominant. The top 4 drivers have been mixing it up with each other. Here comes Ash Britt for second. underneath of Jordan Fixon. This is allowing Justin to pull further ahead and possibly secure the win here. Dave Benjamin now battling for 5th, getting past Alex Bruno. Should we have a caution, he might be able to get back up to the front, providing we have enough laps. I don't think we're going to have enough laps, and I don't think the 15 of Dave is going to be able to catch these drivers up here, the top 4. Justin Lightning out of turn 4. The white flag is in the air. One more lap to go here at Eldora. Justin has no pressure behind him. He could just kind of coast through this turn if he wanted. Ash Britt running in 2nd. Battle for 3rd. Jordan Fixon took it away, and Justin Lightning will win the 2nd heat race of the night. Jordan Fixon 3rd. Andy Rollo 4th. We said Ash Britt finished in 2nd. Dave Benjamin, unfortunately, finishing 5th. About a half a second behind. Actually, no, that was Alex Bruno finished 5th. He got that position on the last lap. About a half a second behind Andy Rollo. So Justin Lightning wins. The top 4 drivers, they advance to the main race. 5th place to 14th. They all have to go through this again in the in the last chance qualifying race later tonight. Jeff Light, he will have another shot, the number 98. He'll be able to get back into it and try to qualify into the race. Last chance qualifying race, 20 drivers, 10 cars will advance. So the Arca heats are over. And now we're going to get ready for the Truck Series. In just a few minutes, the trucks will come out. And they will start their qualifying laps, see who gets the pole for that. We have a couple contenders in the championship there that have to qualify. The Truck Series is a little bit different format than the Arca Series, and we will explain that here in a few minutes. And welcome back to Eldora Truck Heat Race number 1, coming up here very shortly.
Drivers, to your cars.
The Truck Heat is a little bit different than the Arca. So in the trucks, nobody is safe. You have to qualify your way in to the main race. We have 34 drivers altogether. 29 are going to be in the race. 5 drivers are going to be out, and they are not going to make the main race, and they're not going to get any race points. So it's going to be a very interesting race. Again, it's a 30-lap heat race. We've seen how fast they are. So far, the first time by, Tavis Haken has the fast lap. Gary Harmon second. Now, what we're doing here, the top 5 drivers in each heat race, they are going to advance to the final main race on Friday night. And then the rest of the drivers, the 24 drivers that did not get a top 5, they go to the last chance qualifying race later tonight. That's after the Arca last chance qualifying race. Both races are tonight. The Arca last chance qualifying race is 40 laps. The Truck Series is 50 laps. So we have a lot of opportunity there to gain more positions, a longer race. That's going to allow you to gain more positions and try to keep your position as long as possible. Now in the last chance qualifying race, the top 19 drivers, they are going to qualify into the main race. So that means 5 drivers are not going to qualify. So should we have any crashes at all, then we pretty much know who's going to make it. We haven't had a crash yet tonight. We've had some pretty close racing, and we've had some contact in the Arca Series, but no cautions yet. It's been green flag all the way through. Leland Fife with a 14-second flat lap time over Zach Cronin's 14.01, and he has the pole. So getting ready for the first truck heat. We were supposed to go to the Roval. Everybody I decided we were going to place a vote because I did not like how the Roval raced, and the majority of the votes were for Eldora for the Truck Series, so that's why we were running the Truck Series and the Arca Series in the same nights. And here we go.
Driver, to your car.
So the 41, Leland Fife, qualified first. The 4 behind him, that's Zach Cronin. Then the 98, that's Hunter Blade. The 13, Tavis Haken. And the 15, Stephen Pollard III. They are the top 5 drivers in this race. Behind him is the 16, Caleb Johnson. That's the 49. That is Alex Johnson. He is subbing for Alexander Jones in the Truck Series. The 8 of Ron Jackson behind him. Then we got the 52. That's Gavin Jones. The 88 of Callie Hancock. The 63, Sheila Harmon. The 45, Ryan Benjamin. The 17 of John Book. We've got the 97 of Gary Harmon, one of the many points contenders. We've got the 33, Logan York. The 21, Jacob Britt, the points leader. The 23, Brendan Hancock. And the 20 of Yale Carrillo. So 30 laps again as the distance for this heat race. Looks like everybody gets off to a good start. I think everyone will take the green flag, hopefully. Leland Fife has not had the best season in the Truck Series, but he's been pretty good as of late. Once he returned from his injury, he has been a pretty competitive driver. Getting the pole here, I think he's definitely redeemed himself from the season opener race at Daytona. Green flag is in the air. And Leland going to go into turn number 1. A lot of beating and banging already into the turn. The 49 hit the 15 basically through the turn. See Tavis Haken up to 3rd. Zach Cronin falling back. 3 wide here. Remember, top 5 positions as we have a battle for the lead. Hunter Blade takes the lead from Leland Fife. Leland almost into the wall. He got real loose. But top 5 drivers advance to the main race on Friday. Everybody else has to go through the last chance qualifier. Look at Callie Hancock. She's trying to go up top and pass these drivers. 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Sheila Harmon's right there as well. Said these races, they go so quick. Oh, Yale Carrillo and Gary Harmon. I don't know if Yale got into the back of Gary or not. See the 21, Jacob Britt, the points leader. He is falling back, and he right now is not even close to a top 5 position. He's almost running in last. It's not good. He does not want to have to go through the last chance qualifier. It's getting very dusty here at Eldora. Brendan Hancock is there. But the 98, Hunter Blade, he is out front. He is the race leader. Tavis Haken 2nd. 3rd is the 49. That's Alex Johnson. And then behind him, Cody Rhodes 4th and Leland Fife 5th. Sheila Harmon is back in 6th. She does not have a transfer position. She's trying to catch these 2 trucks that are racing side by side. Zach Cronin started up in second, and he fell back to 7th. Here he is. He's coming up through the field, trying to get past Sheila Harmon now. We have been seeing some really amazing racing as the 4 now has caught the 5th and 6th place drivers. But really amazing racing in these heat races. Haven't seen any crashes yet, but it's been really fun to watch these drivers. Look at this. Battle for 5th. Zach Cronin has it. Leland Fife is going to lose it. Here comes Yale Carrillo, the number 20. Yale going down low underneath the 4 of Zach Cronin for the position. Zach was able to get past Leland Fife. Now Yale Carrillo gets past Zach Cronin. Here comes Sheila Harmon again. Nearing the final stages of this race already. Callie Hancock, Gary Harmon, 13th and 14th. Their points contenders. They are not going to advance if this race continues under green. They're racing really hard back there. Zach Cronin working on Sheila Harmon. Sheila past Zach. Hunter Blade right now is the race leader. He has a nice size lead over second. This is the tail end of the field here. Ron Jackson trying to hold on, but these drivers right now in a lot of danger. Sheila Harmon has continued to fall back. She's outside of the top 10 now. Yale Carrillo running in 5th place. He's 3 seconds back. Gavin Jones in 6th. 7th place is this 4 of Zach Cronin. They're trying to catch Yale Carrillo. Right now, they're the top 5 drivers pulling away from the rest of the field. There is the 5th place driver. And then battle for 3rd right here, Tavis Haken and the 16, Caleb Johnson. Side by side, Caleb's going to take 3rd away. Hunter Blade continuing to log laps. He is hoping that this thing stays green. He does not want to see a caution. Not this late in the race. A lot of drivers would love a caution, but the 98 continuing to lead. He's trying to get this race over with. Finish in the top 5, you automatically qualify to the end, to the main race. You don't have to go through the last chance qualifying race, which can be a very difficult race to qualify in. So we're going to have 24 trucks in that race. Callie Hancock and the 4 Zach Cronin racing with each other. And Zach is going to take the position away from Callie. Callie was in 6th. Now Zach Cronin in 6th. Callie back to 7th. They're about 2 seconds behind Yale Carrillo. Near Yale Carrillo is 5th place. Yale's catching the 13 of Tavis Haken. He actually might pass him for 4th place. 2nd place is the 49 Alex Johnson. 98 Hunter Blade trying to get to the white flag. He is almost there. He started up near the front, and he has led just about every lap so far. Leland Fife was the pole sitter in this heat race, but he has fallen outside of the top 5. And that was a battle for 4th place. You saw Tavis Haken now back to 5th. Behind him, though, you see the 4 Zach Cronin. They're still probably a second and a half, 2 seconds back. And nothing they can do right now. And a caution would not help him at this point. The caution would basically end the race. I don't think we could get back to green if the caution came out. Logan York into the back of Gavin Jones. Moved him out of the way just a little bit. Hunter Blade, the race leader. Out of turn number 4, Hunter Blade. He is going to take, I believe that was the checkered flag. Yeah, checkered flag in the air, so that was the race. These races, they go by so quick, you almost lose track of what lap you're on. Hunter Blade will win the top 5 drivers. They advance to the main event. And these drivers, not really any points contenders, advancing from the first heat. That makes the last chance showdown race even so much more important. Callie Hancock, Stephen Pollard, Logan York, Jacob Britt, the points leader, didn't even advance. Ryan Benjamin, Gary Harmon, Brendan Hancock. So many drivers in the first heat did not advance to the main race. They go to the last chance qualifier. I have to apologize. I'm actually, I don't have a lap counter present, so when I see the white flag, if I see it, I'll call it, but we're basically going through and doing editing to the video and adding our own personal lap counter. So when you watch it, you will definitely see the lap counter, but we do not see it when we record, so that's why I'm having a little bit of issues trying to find out what lap they're on. So you see the results. Brendan Hancock finished last. Unfortunate for him and for many others. Top 5 drivers advanced. One more heat left for the Truck Series, and then we go back to the Arca Series for the last chance qualifier. And welcome back here at Eldora. The second heat race for the Truck Series getting ready to be underway. Now, one thing we did not mention, and we actually did not know, the 8 of Ron Jackson, he was in the first heat race. He was not supposed to be in that race. He was supposed to be in this second heat race. Ron did not qualify into the main race anyway, but he was disqualified from heat number 1, and here he is in heat number 2, so he is going to have to use his car up even more. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in the second heat. But look at that. He has the fastest time first time around. Bean Weeby second, trailing him. The 17 drivers in this race. Tim Zimmer now has the fastest lap. Now Colton Harmon, the 54. And Ron Jackson to second. Looks like that is going to be the qualifying times. We'll see if anybody else can improve their time. A little over 2 minutes left until the beginning of heat number 2 for the Truck Series. Up next, the Arca Series, the last chance qualifier. After this heat race, we will see who advances and who has to go home for the final race of the season. A lot of points up for grabs, and if you miss this race, you're going to miss a lot of points. This could really make or break anybody, but the top 10 drivers, they are in that race. So Colton Harmon, fastest time. You see Ron Jackson second. Maybe it's a good thing Ron was disqualified from the first heat race and is in the second one. He starts second. I don't know how I did not catch that. He was supposed to be in the second one. I have a list right in front of me that says which cars or which trucks are in which race, and I just completely messed that up. But that's all right. No harm, no foul. So, the first 2 Arca heats and the first truck heat went caution-free. Is this one going to be the same, or is it going to be different? Remember, we have the last chance qualifying races coming up as well. And those could be pretty wild. Your final chance to get into the main races on Friday night. Tim Zimmer, he gets the pole. He is 10th place in points. So he's looking to possibly advance.
Drive your car to your cars.
So the 54 Colton Harmon is the pole sitter. Behind him, the 8 of Ron Jackson. He starts second. Third, Tim Zimmer. I said Tim had the pole, but he starts third. Axel Zero in fourth. There's Laura Lee Wiebe, the 25. The 87, Cody Rhodes, another points contender. The 22, Jeremiah Dwayne. Behind him, the 18 of Damian Singletary. We've got the 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez. The 46, Dylan Eberheim in second place in points. The 2 of Tyrell Resner. The 24, Bean Wiebe. He's looking for redemption tonight. He would gain a lot of points if he could qualify into the main race. The 10 of C.J. Williams. He got the 6 of Cody Higginbotham. I believe, yeah, that's a 51 of Lindsey Hancock. The 7 of Brew Zero. And the 75 of Eric Jacks. Brew Zero and Eric Jacks are 5th and 7th in points. A lot of points contenders in this race. Five of the top 10 drivers in points are in this race. So the 54 Colton Harmon starting out front for his heat. He's going to try to qualify into the main race. Pace truck going to go on pit road, and it's just going to fly and disappear. And I don't know where it goes then. But the 54 Colton Harmon, green flag in the air. He gets a great jump. Tim Zimmer in third place did not get a good start. But Tim has a preferred line. He is underneath of the 38. Now look at this, 2 and 3 wide already. Axel Zero trying to go through the middle. Tim Zimmer, oh, Laura Lee Wiebe got hit by Jeremiah Dwayne. No crash. Laura Lee saved it, but that stacks everybody up. Tim Zimmer up to second place now. Axel Zero back to third. Big battle for fourth. 4 wide for fourth place. Jeremiah will take fourth away. Laura Lee in fifth. Now here comes Tyrell Resner. A lot of great racing early on. But the 54 Colton Harmon, he has pulled away with all this action happening in the opening laps. Still 4 wide here. Dylan Eberheim and Eric Jacks. Brew Zero. Whoa, the 46 and the 75. They made some contact. A lot of beating and banging in this race. A lot of bumpers being pushed around. The 24, Bean Wiebe, he is moving his way up through the field. Second place in points, Dylan Eberheim, and he is the 46. He's up high. Cannot get down low. The top line is not the fast line. Dylan going to fall back almost to last place. A lot of battling going on in the middle and the back of the field. Up front, Colton Harmon has a lead. He has a nice size lead over Axel Zero and Tim Zimmer. Jeremiah Dwayne, Tyrell Resner at the top 5. Eric Jacks there in 6th place. This is a battle for the transfer position. 75 trying to get the position away from the 2. Behind Eric is the 6 of Cody Higginbotham. Cody's trying to catch these drivers. He wants to get himself into the top 5. Eric Jacks underneath of Tyrell, almost into the side of him. They keep it off of each other. Tyrell pulling away just a little bit. The final heat race for the Truck Series. Who is going to win it? Racing really hard in the back of the field. These drivers need a caution right now if they want a chance to qualify into the main. The main for the Arca and the Truck Series Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry about that. 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Tune in and watch the final Arca race and watch the next points race for the Truck Series. So Eric Jackson running in 5th. 3 Axel Zero starting to catch Colton Harmon. Catching him ever so slightly. Seems like he has a pretty fast car. Colton, so far, holding off everybody, leading every lap. We haven't seen a lot of passes for the lead tonight. I think a lot of these drivers, though, content when they get into the top 5, especially when you get into the top 3. You're usually a few seconds ahead of 5th place. Axel Zero a little less than a second behind Colton Harmon. Tim Zimmer a second and a half. Oh, somebody on pit. Oh, no, that was the pace car. Jeremiah Dwayne almost 2 seconds back, and Eric Jacks almost 3 seconds back. Tyrell Resner, though, catching 75, and so is the 6. Both trying to catch that 75 and take that final transfer position away. Cody Higginbotham in 6th place. A few drivers right now a little short from being able to qualify into the main. 50 laps is the last chance qualifying race for the Truck Series. The main race is going to be 100 laps. It's going to be a fun night of racing when we get to that point, Friday night. 54 Colton Harmon still out front, trying to extend the lead over Axel Zero. Axel's kind of stayed about the same distance away from that 54. Second place in points, Dylan Eberheimen not going to be able to advance tonight. He is too far back right now, and everybody is pretty spread out. Except for Bruce Zero, or except for Bean Weeby trying to get past Tyrell Resner. Bean closing in on that 5th place driver. Well, he has 6th place in front of him, but he's getting closer. He's trying to advance. He doesn't want to go through the last chance qualifier. And you can't blame him. You can't blame any of these drivers. Tim Zimmer now falling back to 4th. Eric Jackson right there. He's going to try to take that position away and try to advance himself a little bit higher into standings. Take a little bit of the pressure off. Colton Harmon, Axel Zero, 1st and 2nd. Axel not able to gain a lot of ground on Colton. They've been about the same the last few laps. Have to see if the gap between these two drivers changed at all in the last lap when the ticker comes back around. Getting very dusty here at Eldora. A lot of dust everywhere. Especially coming off of turn 4, it is like a smoke screen almost. Cody Higginbotham takes the position away from Tim Zimmer. And Axel Zero, he is still the same distance away from Colton Harmon. They're running almost identical laps. Jeremiah almost 2 seconds back, or a little over 2 seconds. Eric Jacks 4th, and now 5th place is that 6 of Cody Higginbotham. Tim Zimmer falling back to 6th place. Tim was up in 4th place. He fell back to 5th, now back to 6th. Running on board with the 3, of Axel Zero. Trying to catch Colton Harmon. See what a lap is like here at Eldora. You see the cars, they're a little slick through the turns. White flag is in the air for the race leader, Colton Harmon. Axel Zero not going to be able to get it done. Colton Harmon started first. He has led every lap. Put an amazing pace on the field, but was able to jump out ahead as they were all battling for position. And Colton Harmon will win the second heat race and qualify. And Tim Zimmer at the line gets Cody Higginbotham for 5th place. Tim Zimmer, I think we could call him the closer. He was in 6th place, able to get 5th place back from Cody Higginbotham. So Cody is not going to advance. Tim Zimmer will. Tim was able to close in on Eric Jacks at Martinsville earlier this season, over 2 seconds behind, and ended up winning the race when lap traffic became a factor. And Tim Zimmer again tonight, able to catch back up to the 6 and pass him on the last turn. So Tim Zimmer definitely deserved that finish, definitely deserves to be in the main race. 10th place in points, and I think he is, him and Eric Jacks, really the only two drivers in this heat that qualified that are points contenders. The rest have to go to the last chance qualifying race. So, up next is the Arca last chance qualifier. That is a 40-lap race. That one should be pretty quick unless we have a disaster of a race. It's been very clean so far. No cautions yet tonight. Very weird. I thought we'd have a lot of cautions by this point. So we'll see you here in just a minute for the Arca last chance qualifier. Stay tuned. We have Arca and truck racing coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Arca last chance qualifying race coming out right up. 40-lap race here. So the top 9 drivers in this race will advance to the main race. The rest of the drivers have to go home. There's a lot of drivers in this race that could be going home. So we already have, actually it's the top 10 in this race. Top 10 advance and 10 go home. 10 drivers in the top 10 drivers in the points, they have advanced automatically to the season finale race. And then the first heat was the top 5, the second heat was the top 4, and now in this race it's the top 10, and 9 drivers will go home. The 25 of Alex Johnson might have the pole unless somebody else can top him. Colton Harmon just won his truck race heat. He starts in 4th so far. So waiting for qualifying to get underway and finish. A lot of good names in this race that have really proved themselves in the Arca Series. Dale Cole Jr. would be one of them. He won last night at Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and here he is, possibly not even able to make the main race for the Arca Series. He has been able to work himself up. He was, I believe, an 11th in points after Coca-Cola. He was just short of the 10th place position. So the 25, Alex Johnson, subbing for Alvin Jones in the Arca Series. He will be on the pole. He has been getting a lot of track time this season, running right now in all 3 series. And that's something that we don't see. We see a lot of drivers running in 2 series, but that 25 running in all 3 series, subbing for the Joneses. And here we go. So the 25 of Alex Johnson as the race leader, the 2 NASCAR legends starting in 2nd, 3rd, Papa Carey, 4th, Colton Harmon. The 3 is Luke Parks, the 77 of Harrison Johnson, the 18 of Dale Cole Jr. behind him, We've got the 43. That is Harry Johnson. 22 of Mudkip. The 88 of Christian Wilson behind him. Then we've got the 81 Sebastian Ruiz. The 69 Eric Jacks. The 02 of Dale Lightning. And the 98 Jeff Light. Hopefully he can make the race, and hopefully he can start without any issues, unlike the heat race. And he had a lot of issues 4 laps down. The 41 of Osman Hamid. Behind him, the 06 of Cooper McCollum. The 55 of Kyle Vickers. The 34 of Alex Bruno. We've got the 15 Dave Benjamin Jr. and the 11 of Ethan Lewis. So 40 laps is the distance here in this race. 10 more laps than the heat races. Top 10 drivers advance to the Arca season finale this Friday night. That will be the first, first points race that is broadcasted live or premiered live on YouTube along with the Truck Series. Here we go, 40 laps. Will we have a caution, or will it go caution-free like the whole night has been? Awaiting the green flag. The 25, Alex Johnson, going to get the green. We are underway here in the last chance qualifier. Field down into turn number 1. Luke Parks all over Christian Wilson. Trying to, actually that's the 28 Papakari. Trying to get past him. 3 wide for second. Luke Parks has to check up a little bit. Dale Cole almost hit the 22 Mudkip coming off the turn. They are bouncing off of each other back here. They know what's up for grabs, what's at stake. 4 wide here. Sebastian Ruiz on the inside. The NASCAR Legends number 2 up top. He has lost a lot of positions, and they're still almost running into each other. Number 2, he has fallen back like a rock. Unfortunate for him early on. And he is going to fall almost to last. They're still 4 wide. Back here this time. Three and 4 wide. And it's getting really dusty on this track. Cars riding right up against the wall almost. 25, Alex Johnson out front, pulling away. Luke Parks is in second, trying to catch that 25. Third is the 22 of Mudkip, then the 81, Sebastian Ruiz. Dave Benjamin Jr., Papa Carey, the 02 of Dale Lightning. Ethan Lewis almost into the side of Alex Bruno. I think he had a little help from Cooper McCollum down on the inside line. Big battle here for position. Oh, they're bouncing off of each other again. The 06 and the 11. Still bouncing off each other. 55 of Kyle Vickers. That blue and black car, he had the final transfer position. Now it's between Cooper and that yellow car below him, the 77 Harrison Johnson. Side by side, all these drivers trying to get to 10th place. They want to make it into the main event. Otherwise, the top 9 drivers are starting to pull away as they're single file, and some of them are double file, but that's about it. Top 2 drivers have definitely pulled away from the pack. So side-by-side racing. Watching the 41 of Osman Hamid, the 06 Cooper McCollum, battling for position. Here comes the 18 Dale Cole Jr., one at Coca-Cola Super Speedway, trying to advance his way into the main event. It's getting so dusty, it's almost hard to see some of the cars at certain points of the track. Alex Bruno and Colton Harmon really close to each other, almost ran into each other off the turn. Still 3 wide back here. 77 of Harrison Johnson has the final transfer position for now. Back up to the lead. Look at this. The 3 of Luke Parks has caught the 25 of Alex Johnson. He is going to try to get past Alex and try to take the lead away from him. Doesn't matter where you finish as long as you transfer, but bragging rights going into the main race, that's what you definitely want. And Luke Parks right now has closed up to the back of the 25. Is he going to try to go down low or not yet? There he goes. He's making a move on Alex Johnson. So close to each other off the turn. And Luke Parks is going to go to the lead here in the Arca Series. Alex trying to hold on, but he is not going to be able to on the outside line. These Arca drivers racing very, very good with each other. Still no cautions. Very surprised. I thought the last chance qualifying race would at least have a caution or two in it, but we still have some more laps left, so who knows what's going to happen. Osman Hamid behind Mudkip and Papa Carey. Mudkip in 9th place. 10th place was that 41 of Osman Hamid. He was passed, but now he is back in 10th place. Three wide, the 22 on the inside line. This race pretty calm. I thought we were going to have a lot more action. We're seeing a lot of great racing, though. A lot of single file. The 98, unfortunately, Jeff Light has not been able to get to the front. Or at least not into the 10th place position. And Luke Parks continuing to lead this race. Alex Johnson behind him in second. Top 2 drivers have definitely checked out from the field. Harry Johnson third. Fourth is the 02, the 15, 69, Eric Jacks. There's the 22 Mudkip, the 41 of Osman Hamid. And many others. Dale Cole Jr. and Papa Carey battling with each other. The 18 and the 28. Here comes the 5 of Colton Harmon, trying to put his nose into the mix. The 18 of Dale Cole Jr. said it would be such a shame winning last night at Coca-Cola and then not able to qualify into the main race. Right now he is running in 10th place, I believe. Actually, no, he's not. He is in 11th place. Sebastian Ruiz is in 10th place right now. Sometimes it takes a little bit for that ticker to catch up. Be sure to watch up next the truck last chance qualifying race. It's going to be tonight, and that will be the final race tonight until Friday night when we have the main race for the Arca Series and the Truck Series. Still battling back here. Eric Jacks passing the 15 of Dave Benjamin Jr. Behind him, Osman Hamid, Mudkip, Sebastian Ruiz, and then a battle behind them between Colton Harmon and Dale Cole Jr. I believe Sebastian Ruiz, the 81, in front of these two. I think he does have the final transfer position at the moment. It has been a green flag night so far. So right now, Colton Harmon, the number 5, he actually has the final transfer position. He took it away from Dale Cole. I was trying to figure out who was in what position, but Sebastian Ruiz, the 81, he is in 9th. Colton in 10th, and Colton going for 9th place. The 10 Dale Cole Jr. trying to catch back up to these two drivers. He wants to qualify into the main race. He does not want to go home, especially not on the final race of the season. Colton gets past Sebastian. Up at the front to 3. Luke Parks is the race leader. Turns 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4. And we are almost at the white flag point of this race. The last chance qualifying race has almost over just like that. A few more laps. These drivers, the white flag is in the air. I was going to say a few more laps, and these leaders could possibly start lapping cars, but there's not enough laps in it for this, or for that to happen. So Luke Parks got the lead away from Alex Johnson out of turn number 4. He is going to get the checkered flag and advance to the main event on Friday. And the 5 of Colton Harmon. Oh, wait a second. No, I think that was Dale Cole Jr. Dale Cole Jr., I think, qualified into the main race. Are you serious? He did. He got 10th place. So Dale Cole getting the final transfer position. Sebastian falling back to 11th. 11th through 20th. Unfortunately, not in the main race. A lot of the points contenders did make it in, so this is going to be a very wild event come Friday. So 40 laps in the books, just over 10 minutes. Doesn't take long at this track. Caution free yet again. All the heat races and the first last chance qualifying race, caution free. We have the truck race coming up next. However, we have 24 trucks in that race, and it's a 50-lap event. So we will see you guys there in just a minute or so. We'll be back with truck racing, the last chance qualifier, coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Truck racing time, the last chance qualifier race is about to be underway. Qualifying has officially started. Here is the starting, here are all the cars starting this race. On the left, nobody is safe, not even the points contenders. A lot of drivers, Gary Harmon, Callie Hancock, Dylan Eberheim, Jacob Britt, Brendan Hancock, Bruce Zero even, all points contenders. And they are possibly in danger of not making the main race. This could really change the championship completely around. Brendan gets the fastest lap the first time by. Can he hold on to that? Dylan Eberheim in second. Jacob Britt, where did he qualify? He is in 10th. He is the points leader entering this race. Remember, this is just the last chance qualifier. The top 19 drivers are going to qualify their way into the main race on Friday night. There's 24 drivers here, so a few of them are going to be going home. So 5 drivers going to be going home after tonight's race. We have not seen any crashes yet, but it could happen. 50 laps is the distance here tonight. "23 drivers did make a lap. John Book, Bruiser, and Lindsey Hancock had a lot of issues during their laps, and there's one driver that didn't even make a qualifying lap. So getting ready for the final race of the evening, the truck last chance qualifier at Eldora. So we are awaiting qualifying to officially end, and we will begin the race here at Eldora. Last chance race. Top 19 drivers qualify into the main event. You might be thinking, how is that going to be a difficult race? But it really could be. A lot of drivers are going to be fighting hard to get to the front and just make sure that they are in the top 19. 5 drivers are going to be going home. And unlike the Arca race, none of the points contenders are safe.
Drivers, to your cars.
So, the 23 Brendan Hancock gets the pole. The 46 Dylan Eberheim in second. He is second in points.
Drivers,
Brendan is a points contender as well. The 25 Lorelei Wiebe. There's the 45 Ryan Benjamin. The 2 of Tyrell Resner. The 8 of Ron Jackson. He was disqualified in heat number 1. The 87 of Cody Rhodes. The 63 Sheila Harmon. The 15 Stephen Pollard III. The 21 the points leader Jacob Britt. He needs to finish in the top 19 in order to keep his championship hopes alive. Behind him, 33 Logan York. The 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez. The 10 is behind him of CJ Williams. The 18 Damian Singletary. And then Callie Hancock, one of the points contenders. She starts mid-pack. We've got the 4 of Zach Cronin. The 41 Leland Fife. There's the 52 Gavin Jones, the 24 of Bean Weeby, the 97 Gary Harmon, a points contender in the back of the field, 17 of John Book, the 7 of Brew Zero, the 51 Lindsey Hancock, and the 6 of Cody Higginbotham. So 24 trucks, 50 laps. Who is going to advance? We've been caution-free all night tonight. Brendan hoping that it goes green. We've seen the first 2 drivers usually that can break away from the pack can really pull away and just maintain their equipment as the green flag is out. Dylan Eberheim got a great start, but he is going to fall back in the turn. Look at Lorelei Wiebe now on the inside, possibly. No, she's going to push Brendan Hancock into turn 3. Now she's going to go down low. 4 wide back here already. Oh, Bean Wiebe and Leland Fife into each other, and John Book just about spun Bean out. 4 wide, multiple rows deep. Racing very aggressively. Look at this, 4 wide in front of the points leader. And in front of other points contenders. Oh, CJ Williams into Callie Hancock. Callie almost around. CJ saved it as well. They gather their trucks back up and they continue. Ryan Benjamin falling back. Brendan Hancock leading this race. Oh, no, he's not. Lorelei Wiebe passed him for the lead. Lorelei leading this race. Now here comes Brendan back on the inside, trying to take the lead back away. Top 2 drivers in this race are starting to pull away from Tyrell Resner. Tyrell starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Getting very dusty up in this race. Still a lot of 4 wide racing. Dylan Eberheim up the top of the track. The 21 Jacob Britt all the way to last place. He is not in a transfer position. Same with that 46. They are 2 of the points contenders. Jacob Britt, the points leader. But he will not be if he can't make it to the final race. Ooh, screen's glitching just a little bit. It should get back to normal. There we go. Dylan Eberheim in second in points. The 23, Brendan Hancock, falling back to third. He is second in points. Right now, he has a transfer position. Look at Tyrell Resner. Tyrell going to try to get past Lorelei. Brendan was not able to get past her, so now Tyrell is underneath of her for the lead, side by side. Still battling side by side. Lorelei has the lead. Now she's falling back to second. Tyrell has the lead. Here comes Brendan Hancock on the inside. The 4th and 5th place drivers, they're starting to make their way towards the front here. Stephen Pollard the 3rd. And that is the 10 of CJ Williams. Battle for the lead. Brendan Hancock trying to take it away from Tyrell. 3 wide almost for the lead. Racing very, very aggressively. Now Brendan has the lead here at Eldora. Stephen Pollard going to get past the 10 of CJ Williams. And you can't even see turn 4 exit. You cannot see where anybody is. Battle for the lead. Laura Lee now back around Brendan. Oh, there's a car up in the wall. Who is that? That's the 45 of Ryan Benjamin. His car jacked up on the wall. First caution out. So we have finally had our first caution. It is Ryan Benjamin. Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage, but I don't know. We'll have to look at the replay and see how hard he hit the wall. Truck stopped on the track. I think everyone's trying to get into the correct position. Unfortunate for Ryan Benjamin. He had strong hopes of making the main race for the Truck Series. He is going to lose out on a lot of points and fall in the points position. Let's go ahead and look what happened to him. Don't know where it started or who started it. I believe it was on the backstretch somewhere. So maybe the 51 Lindsay Hancock who is behind him. And Lindsay she hits him, and look at this. Spins and, into the wall. And the back end of his car actually went through the wall. He is stuck in that. And that probably drained all of his fuel out of his fuel cell. And who knows what other damage it possibly caused. You see the contact right there. Everybody did a great job to miss Ryan. Could have been a lot worse. So Ryan Benjamin out of the race. Let's watch some onboard views here. Watch from the 8 of Ron Jackson from the roof cam of his truck. But you can't see. You really cannot see anything when they start spinning out. Dirt is everywhere. So Ryan Benjamin, I believe, is out of the race. He is not behind that 97 of Gary Harmon. So the 25 Laura Lee Wiebe is the race leader. Brendan Hancock second, third Tyrell Resner. Alejandro Rodriguez all the way back in 19th. He has the final transfer position. And right now, if the race would end, Dylan Everheimen, second place in points, would not have a transfer spot. Leland Fife, Damian Singletary, Gary Harmon, they would not have any transfer positions. And the 45, Ryan Benjamin. You see, it says he's still on the track, but I don't think it has updated yet. I think he is out of the race. Unfortunate for that 45 truck. So green flag this time by. Laura Lee has the lead. And she's going to lead the field back to the restart. This is the last chance qualifier. Green flag back in the air. She gets a pretty good start. Look at Stephen Pollard right on the back bumper of Tyrell. He is going to turn the 2 of Tyrell. And Tyrell almost into the wall. He saved it. They fall back, though. The top 2 drivers now pull away from the pack. This stacks everybody up back here. Stephen Pollard passed Tyrell Resner for third place. Three wide, almost 4 wide again. Battle for the lead as Brendan is going to pass Laura Lee. But they don't lose too much time over anybody else. The 2, Tyrell Resner falling back. Losing a few positions and still falling. Four wide on the backstretch. I think the 88, Callie Hancock, might have hit the wall. I'm sorry, Callie is on the inside line. I think that was the 2 of Tyrell Resner. Might have scraped the wall off of turn 2. Oh, there's a crash. Who is that? I think that might have been Dylan Eberheimen. Oh my gosh, the 46 Dylan Eberheimen. One of the points contenders. Second in points. Hard crash from what it looks like. And I think that was the 87 of Cody Rhodes, possibly. Yeah, there he is. 87 and the 46. Dylan Eberheimen has been the most dominant driver in the points this season. And now he is involved in a crash, and I believe he is going to be out of the race. I don't think he can get his car started back up. Oh my gosh, this is going to change everything in the points. Even Cody Rhodes, 13th in points. He had a really good shot at possibly, you see, Dylan started that, hit the 87, he just got really loose, and they could not save it. Watch this again. Just right around, and man, 87 had a lot of debris and parts flying off of his car. But Cody Rhodes, he was 13th in points, 137 points back. And it looks like his race is going to be done. Running on board, this is the 46 of Dylan Eberheimen. Just hit him, and he got so loose, he spins out, and that was right in front of the points leader, Jacob Britt. And I cannot believe this. So second caution of the race. Look at that, almost. That was the points leader we just rode with. Almost hit the 46. That would have been the first two drivers in points, possibly out of the race. I don't think Dylan Eberheimen is in this race. He might have retired. So two cautions early on here in the last chance qualifying race. Jacob Britt in 19th place. He has the final transfer position. Cody Rhodes is in 22nd. Cody Rhodes apparently still in the race. Same with Dylan Eberheimen. I don't think they are, though. I think the ticker probably did not update. I believe we have 21 drivers left. I think we have 3 drivers out of the race. Jacob Britt holding his breath. He's hoping for another caution, and he's hoping he is not in it. So Brendan Hancock, Lorelei Wiebe, first and second. Pace lights are off on the pace truck. Stephen Pollard, the number 15, he was very aggressive on that last restart. Have to see if he is as aggressive as he was last time. Pace truck down into pit road. And the 23 of Brendan Hancock leading the field back to the green. He got a great start. Laura Lee, not as great of a start for her. Look at this. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Nose to tail. Oh, it's Stephen Pollard right on the restart. Hits the wall. Hard crash. Oh, and Ron Jackson is upside down. The points leader's involved as well. Ron Jackson, hard crash. Right on the restart. We just went green, and just like that, we are back under caution. Oh my gosh. I don't think Jacob Britt has a lot of damage on his car, but Ron Jackson definitely going to be out of the race, and Stephen Pollard, I believe, out as well. That was a hard crash. I was just going to say on that restart, 3rd, 4th, and 5th were nose to tail. They were into each other, just trying to push each other even further. Did not work. Cody Rhodes and Dylan Eberheimen are both out of the race. And this, if both the 15 and the 8 are out of the race, that means all of the drivers in this race currently will be advanced into the main race, and Jacob Britt might have found his saving race. So watch the restart. Stephen Pollard back in 3rd. CJ Williams getting pushed by Cody Rhodes, or by Logan York. And right there, that was a hard hit as it was, and then Ron Jackson just piled in, upside down. Wow, I lifted the front of the 21's truck up even. Ron Jackson, unfortunate for him, disqualified in the first heat race, raced in the second heat race and did not advance, and now hard crash for him. I think barrel rolled and just dug into the dirt, and that was a nasty flip. He should be okay. Hopefully he is. Watch again with Ron Jackson. Just nowhere to go. Clipped the back of the 15. And Jacob Britt was also involved, the points leader. We already know second place in points. Dylan Eberheim not going to be in the main race on Friday night. Watch this, Jacob Britt. Didn't get a whole lot of damage, I don't think. I don't know how bad that tore the car up. Brendan Hancock still out front, so 3 cautions in the last chance showdown, last chance qualifier. Ron Jackson apparently is still in this race. I don't think the ticker updated him being out of the race yet. Stephen Pollard is out. He is in 21st. I think Ron is out, and if he is out, he's in 20th. The top 19 drivers are all in this race, still running, and they will advance to the final race on Friday. But do not get that mixed up with the final points race. The Arca final points race is this Friday night. Truck race has the race at Eldora on Friday, ISM, and then Homestead. In the meantime, Brendan Hancock back out front. He is taking the green flag. We're back underway. The top 3 drivers now pull away. Look at Cody Higginbotham trying to get past Logan York. 3 wide for the lead. CJ Williams on the inside line. And 3 wide behind them. CJ trying to get the lead. Laura Lee holding on the middle line. Brendan going to fall back a couple positions. Here comes the 6 of Cody Higginbotham now. 4 wide back here for 4th. Brendan Hancock falling back. Almost hit the wall off of turn 2. So much dust in the air. Brendan back on the inside. He's going to try to get back to the front. Lindsey Hancock and Bean Weeby battling with each other. And the 8 of Ron Jackson is officially out of the race. He will finish in 20th. So the points leader will advance to the main race on Friday night. And everybody in this race, they will advance as well. Look at this, 3 and 4 wide. And if we have an injury, then of course they will not advance. That would be quite a shame if that happened. Still a lot of 3 wide racing. We did get word that Ron Jackson is okay. Checked and released from the Infield Care Center. He will not be running the truck race this Friday night, but he will be running in the Ozark race, the Super Speedway track, on Saturday night in the Cup Series. Oh, right on board with some drivers now, and saw Gary Harmon almost cause a crash. Callie Hancock falling back. She's just trying to survive this race. She does not want to have to go to a backup or anything, and wants to have a good truck for the race at Eldora. Oh, the 4 Zach Cronin, and who is that? The 2 of Tyrell Resner. So caution flag out again, and I think this actually is going to end the race. I think we're going to end under caution. Tyrell Resner. Here's the replay of what happened. The 4. He had made contact with somebody, got loose, and came up the track, hit Tyrell. Tyrell had nowhere to go. Watch this again. Zach Cronin on the inside, the number 4. He hits the 7 of Bruzero up the track, and they both hit the wall pretty hard. So we're waiting to see if we will go back to green flag or not. If not, CJ Williams will get the win. Laura Lee will finish in 2nd. Top 19 drivers will qualify in to the main race, including Tyrell Resner and Zach Cronin, who were involved in that last crash. They'll have to get another truck. been a wild night. A lot of great racing early on in the heats and the Arca Last Chance qualifier. We've had quite the wild race tonight in this qualifying race. Top 19 drivers qualify, and well, we only have 17 drivers left. But the two that are in 18th and 19th, they will qualify as well, so it's alright for them. They're just going to have to go to a backup car. A lot of good names going to qualify. Second place driver in points, Dylan Eberheimen, out of the race. From what it looks like, we are not going to be going back to green, unfortunately. I wish we could, but we cannot. So the white flag in the air now. One more lap to go. CJ Williams is going to win the race. And everybody in this race going to qualify into the main race on Friday night. So one more time around. Everybody fighting all race long to try to get into position. Ultimately, all the wrecks that happened, you didn't really have to fight that hard. I see all the drivers out of the race. And out of turn number 4, CJ Williams is going to get the win. Laura Lee second, Cody Higginbotham third, fourth Bean Weeby, and fifth Lindsey Hancock. See from 20th on down, those drivers are not in the main race. Ron Jackson not happy about it. Stephen Pollard, a points contender. Dylan Eberheimen, second place in points, and he is out of the race. He is going to lose a lot of points and definitely lose second in the points for sure. Ryan Benjamin as well. He was the first truck out of the race. He's going to lose a lot of points. Well, it's been quite an eventful evening tonight. Tune in Friday night for the final Arca race of the season. And right after the Arca race Friday night is the truck main race for Eldora. Those races, they start at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday night, we've got the Cup Series at Ozark Superspeedway. Again, that is an 11 p.m. Eastern Time race as well. A lot of racing to do this week. 4 more races left for this week. And then we just have 2 races left. ISM and Homestead. 4 races total between both series. But it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this race, had a lot of fun, and hopefully you come back for more racing. We'll see you guys on Friday night. Have a great night. Thank you all for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and you can hit the little notification button to gain notifications when we post videos. Thank you all.